Hey guys, welcome back to our second channel. I know it has been months since we have posted to this channel, but we decided to bring it back. And I recently had the idea that it would be fun for us to roast new makeup releases together. A lot of people in the makeup community do like commentary on the latest makeup releases, and I just felt like we would have some fun things to say.
Fun.
Oh, by the way, in case you didn't know, I'm Sarah Rose, and this is my boyfriend Nathan, and
That's good.
is there anything else you want to say before we hop right into it?
Let's hop right into it.
Let's do it. Okay, so we each looked at the Trend Mood and Hot Fire Makeup Instagram pages. Those are the two accounts that post new makeup launches. And we each sent each other, like 7 different...
Yeah, you sent me 7 Trend Mood, and I sent you 7 Hot Fire makeup.
Cool, that's perfect. So,
do you want to start with the
let's
Trend
start with
Mood?
yours. Let's
start with mine.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So the first one I started with was the Chucky collab. Available now. Is it? It was February 14th.
Yeah, it launched on Valentine's Day.
This is crazy to me. Like, I don't know why. Is Chucky sexy? And this is also like it's kind of like Bride of Chucky themed, which is like the 4th or 5th Chucky movie. It's like a specific like Chucky movie like in the movies that it's like referencing because it has.
Isn't there a show? Isn't there like a Chucky TV show now? Or like
I think there was. I don't know. I didn't see that.
I thought that that's what this was based on, but
oh, maybe. Honestly,
I actually don't know.
If it is, that actually might explain it. I'm not really caught up with like Chucky now,
I
but
think
it looks like this is okay. I mean, it still looks like this is like kind of, vintage Chucky or something. I don't know. This is bizarre. You have the blush with the
and also apparently these are both the exact
same colors. Who is this for? Who's is Chucky that popular? How many like makeup people out there are like watching Chucky on the reg?
I mean, that is a fair point, but at the same time, if there is a show or movie that people know about, a makeup brand will make a collection based on it. Like you can name any show, any movie, and there's probably been a makeup collection. So
comes with its own mirror and everything.
Yeah,
every movie gets a mirror. It doesn't matter.
Oh, and it comes with a knife too. I'm just kidding.
Oh wow, actually, it kind of looks like it suggests it does. Yeah, because it's like if you buy the Chucky lip kit, comes with the bloody knife. I just find this very bizarre. Yeah, and it's got several products. Yeah.
I mean, I have to say, like, I do have to commend them for coming out with a palette that seems somewhat unique. Like, it's not often that we see such like deep toned palettes.
It is kind of like a genuine goth.
Yeah.
Palettes, like color scheme.
Yeah, and there's just not a whole lot of that in the makeup world at this point, so I think it's nice that there's something different. Yeah,
that's fair. It's so weird to me that it's being marketed and sold in the beauty space though, with Chucky's ugly face all over it. It's bizarre to me.
Chucky doesn't wear makeup.
Well, it's all It's like, is this fun?
Is that his girlfriend? Or
that's Tiff. Yeah.
Okay.
But that's like the bride of Chucky from like the 4th or 5th movie. Okay. I don't know which one.
So I guess maybe it's based off of like her makeup style,
her makeup routine that she does in the movie. Surely. I don't know. This is just
the
crazy.
other thing, I actually talked about this on my main channel.
Oh, did you? No way.
Where I was talking people out of buying new makeup.
That's funny.
And the first thing I noticed about this palette is that it has 3 black shades in it.
Oh,
there's a matte black,
point. Yeah,
a matte with glitter, which I hate. There's just no point. Like, just either make it matte or make it a shimmer, but don't make it matte with glitter in it. And then there's an actual, what looks like a almost metallic or shimmery charcoal.
Really
black,
shimmery, yeah.
Which, that seems cool. I mean, it's not every day that you see a shimmer, like a black shimmer. So.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that was...
So was that a critique or like a negative critique or like a positive?
The critique was that, like, I don't think anyone needs 3 black shades in one palette.
That's a lot. Yeah.
I think just the matte black and the actual shimmer would have been plenty. And then they could have actually replaced that 3rd one with something else.
Gotcha.
But yeah.
Yeah.
That was all I had
Good point. No, I agree. I didn't look at the color story in that way. I was too distracted by the dolls everywhere.
Yeah.
So the next one I picked is the Fenty Beauty Super Bowl stuff. But specifically focusing on the like Icon Velvet liquid lipstick.
Oh.
I'm not even like worried about the color or the model. I don't like have any opinion on that. I just find it super bizarre that who's buying football / Super Bowl branded makeup? Is there that much It's like the Chucky thing. Is there that much like crossover? But are there a lot of like, you know, makeup and beauty enthusiasts who are like looking for Super Bowl like branded,
I don't know,
you know,
that's a good
like
question.
product? Because there's like a football on it. You know, it's like there's
that's actually part of it.
It's part of it. Yeah, it's like acrylic or
that's weird. And it's just one shade.
Plastic, maybe. I don't know. Glass. That'd be cool if it was glass. It's one shade. Which I don't have an opinion about the shade or anything. It's really just like the way the product looks.
Maybe that's the shade that she wore in the performance? I have no idea.
It might have been. Like releasing. I mean, the other thing too is just like you have this.
Oh yeah, and then there's
this lip gloss, but with a football screen printed on it. You've got this like, is it a makeup bag or like just a little like clutch purse that just has some plastic? I mean, it looks like a dollar store handbag.
Yeah.
And you have like a football shaped. Honestly, that's the cutest thing is the football shaped sponge. But like, who wants a sponge that looks like a football? Is there that much demand in the beauty space?
Yeah, I don't know.
I was really struck by this because it's really bizarre to me.
We'll have to see how quickly this goes on sale on Sephora. How in demand that is.
Savage. So the next thing I picked was just this random post from January that it's just supposedly hot fire, you know, advertising what they have like available now.
I think Dior is now sold in Ulta, whereas it didn't used to be.
Gotcha. So
Ulta is now they've gone luxury. Now they have Dior, they have Natasha Denona.
Gotcha.
There's probably more, I don't know. They're moving on up in the world, which now you can get Ulta points on those purchases, whereas before you couldn't. So that's kind of nice. Ulta does have a better point system than Sephora.
It's not that any particular product or the way the caption was worded or anything stuck out to me. It's just how many products are crammed into look, how can you tell what this lip color is? This like Dior Addict lipstick. I mean, you have like 6 pixels of like the color.
Yeah.
Like on the screen. Like how are you what is this? Is this supposed to be enticing? I can't even see. It's $40. I know it's $42. I can like see the numbers, but like, what am I spending $42 on? The Addict Lip Maximizer.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, I don't think we needed to see all the prices for every single item.
The prices. I mean, you could have the number of reviews, the average number of stars for the reviews, what they are.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
how many colors they have.
Took screenshots of each product from the Ulta app.
Then reduce the resolution. Then Photoshop them all together. Yeah, it's just crazy. It's so funny how little you can see of the like actual product because there are so many just crammed into this little Instagram picture. With the Hotwire ones, the ones that stuck out to me the most were all the branded ones. So like Star Wars is like one of the biggest franchises of all time. Like so many people can just recognize these characters.
Sure, yeah.
On Star Wars boxes. You know, just by their...
What brand is this? Pat McGrath.
Pat McGrath, too. So, like, this is expensive. They say that this mothership collection is, like, $128. And every single piece has this gigantic Star Wars sticker on it, like the logo. Like, how would obviously we know what it is? Like, we've seen these characters for like 40 years, and every single piece on it says Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars. It's just like everyone's getting, and it's Pat McGrath too. Like, I thought like design is supposed to be expensive too, but like,
and also like. Really, the only thing that's Star Wars about this collection is the outer packaging, because
the inner packaging.
I'm sorry, but this looks like every other Pat McGrath palette that's been done. All the other mothership palettes,
and it's completely there's no art. There's like nothing on the inside of the palette.
It's like they just chose random shades.
Yeah.
Because I mean, do those shades look Star Wars themed to you?
I mean, like if you're talking about like a desert planet from like the very first. The oldest Star Wars movie, but like If not, then no.
Yeah. It kind of just seems like this was their next palette that they were going to launch, and so they
struck a deal with Star Wars. Well, that's what all the stickers are for, because there's a sticker on every single product. And it's all the same sticker, and it's practically all the same size. It's all like, it's got this giant, the white, like, shadow, and then it's just all just black, all caps font, just Star Wars. Star Wars. It's like, we know, we get it. I just thought that was just crazy because it's $128, and it looks like someone just thumbed those stickers just on every single little piece.
Yeah.
Oh, these next two are hilarious because they look like, for one, just photos taken and posted on Instagram in like 2011. And
well,
then,
I think this is a picture of like a magazine ad or something.
Yeah, it is.
When did this? Oh, this is from back in November. So we're going a little bit back.
Oh, yeah, I like started scrolling back. Yeah. Well, this was just crazy. So we have this, it's Avatar, and it's like advertising for when the movie was coming out.
I didn't even know about this.
Well,
I didn't know
no one did apparently, because it was only talked about on pages stuck to walls, I guess, that they had to photograph. But then, so you if you zoom in here on this palette, you have all these like half pans of all these different colors, but you have 4 whole pans of colors. And it's just like, oh, do you like
4
this?
smaller pans.
Well, yeah, but they're still like, maybe it's the same amount as like the half pans, but it's really funny that like one of the whole pans you get is just this bright orange. Would you say orange is like one of the most challenging colors to like incorporate into multiple looks, or just a color you wouldn't use as often as some of these other colors, right?
In this color story, orange makes no sense. Unless you wanted to do like a blue and orange. I don't even know. I mean, there's nothing orange in this picture.
They don't really bring it home with the art. Also, I can't tell I'm sure it's like a quote from the movie. I haven't seen the movie or something, but like there's just some giant text overlaid this like digital art or concept art or something.
Water connects all things is what
Water connects all things. I mean, great. But like so anyway, establishing one of the silliest choices on this whole palette is this single orange, this whole orange shade you get. So let's say you're just a huge Avatar fan. Mm-hmm. You love it, love the blue people, love the water, connects all things. So you want, naturally, both products that are being sold here.
Is this a blush palette here?
It's not, it doesn't specify, it's not clear. So the... Let's say it is a blush palette. Let's say you love this purplish blush, or this like, creamy lighter.
I think that's a highlighter. Probably.
Highlighter or whatever. Let's say you love both of them. Doesn't matter. You're getting a whole orange pan in the other one as well.
Yeah.
So each of the palettes contains a whole pan of a bright orange color, and I just found that just hilarious. Like.
Yeah, I mean, there's actually, it looks like a few repeated shades from the blush, what I presume is the blush palette and the eyeshadow palette. Like, they both have an orange, they both have a red, like a maroon red. They both have kind of like a
lighter pink.
Purple, like, it looks like they just took shades from the eyeshadow palette
and just kind of pieced it together. And the orange. Just threw it right back in.
Yep.
You want a more useful color? Deep orange. Deep saturated orange. Just like the other palette. I thought that was ridiculous.
Yeah, I haven't heard anyone talking about that collection. I haven't seen any reviews on it. Has anyone tried it? Let us know.
I mean, it looks like it was released in a back alley or the subway or something with posters on the wall. Like,
yeah.
This ColourPop presentation I found hilarious. It's another branded... This is from November 25th of last year.
Okay.
So it's...
it's a small world.
It's a small world. It's another branded...
Disney World.
Yeah, exactly. It's branded after a Disney World ride. So... The
most boring ride in all of Disney World.
Yeah, the loudest, most boring ride in all of Disney World. So, I'm sure that maybe the product's just great. Maybe it's beautiful, maybe it's quaint.
I like the color story. I think it's cute.
It doesn't look bad. The biggest thing is there's so much gold on this, like, image.
True.
That I can't even tell like what the product is. And not only that, but they took the top image for the second image spliced together. No, not only did they zoom in, but they took the left side, the shadowier side, cut it out and spliced it in between the palette and the far right end of this picture.
Yeah.
See? They cut this out
I don't know why
and moved it there. I don't either. I don't either at all.
I guess so they can make it a square image, but or make it seem like these were two different ads.
Like there was more product or something, maybe too. I don't know, but it was so incoherent, and it's also another like picture in the subway.
Yeah.
Or the giant human-sized magazine.
I think that might just be how Hot Fire Makeup does their just roasting Hot Fire Makeup. I'm sorry. You're doing a great job.
Hey, we're not posting.
No,
they're the posters.
Yeah,
we're way behind.
Yeah. I think they must just get like the ads from Ulta or something and just post them as soon as they get them. Because sometimes that's the first you hear about a launch. Maybe? I don't know.
I mean, the craziest thing is the shop job that happens in the second half of this, honestly. You know, if they have to post the, ad that they get sent to them or whatever, fine. But they took the shadowy part and just shoved it between two. They could have just cut this out and just made it bigger.
Yeah.
Would that have been more confusing? I don't know.
Well, then you wouldn't be able to see this It's a Small World name.
Well, I'm just saying for the second half of this picture, they could have just taken the whole strip and just
they totally could have
put it below and magnified it, but no, they went way above and beyond. Yeah. And you know what? I respect that. That was dedicated. What was the next one? Oh, okay.
Rock and Roll Beauty. I've never heard of this brand.
I don't know. This one feels so. This one's so funny to me.
Here's another goth collection.
Oh yeah.
So I guess we're seeing more goth representation in the beauty community.
Maybe. I think the color story is a little more pandering / way less usable. And I didn't even pay that much attention to most of these products or what their color stories, even were. Mm-hmm. The main thing I was so hung up on was that if you buy this palette, every time you open it and have it sitting on your table or desk or counter or bathroom sink or whatever, it's you in the mirror, and Ozzy's screaming face. Ozzy Osbourne's screaming face, just staring right back at you for the duration that you're using that palette. And every time that you have to use that palette, Ozzy is going to be screaming at you the whole time. Yeah. And I just thought that's ridiculous. That's hilarious. They're pranking someone. This has to be a whole joke for people to have Ozzy's face.
Is it supposed to be, because normally palettes would have a mirror when you open it up. So is it supposed to make you think that that's what you look like?
You're Ozzy Osbourne? But here, look at these first 3 photos. It's open in all 3. Here's Ozzy screaming. It just immediately jumps out at you. Next one, he's partially covered. You still see his open, screaming, demonic mouth. And there he is. In the third photo, it's just open, and he's making eye contact with you the whole time. And that's too funny. That's too funny. All right. So that was Hot Fire.
So here's something a little different. This is new from Pixie. Their Skin Treats SPF 50 Sun Mist. So this is meant to be, I guess, a sunscreen mist for your face that you could presumably apply over your makeup to reapply your sunscreen throughout the day. I'm pretty sure this is a chemical sunscreen, which is totally going to burn your eyes. So I can't imagine spraying a pure chemical sunscreen straight onto your face. That just sounds like a recipe for watery, burny eyes. But
I love how passé or just laid back the caption is written too, where they're just use under or over makeup.
Yeah, just use it however you want, really.
Will protect you from the sun and provides maximum skin benefits. $15.
Yeah.
$15.
The other thing is that sunscreen mist, if you're just misting them onto your face, you're not really going to get a true SPF 50 from that type of application because you're not going to get an even...
What if you inhale? And you're
yeah, I mean, maybe if you just ingest enough sunscreen your skin will just become, it'll be made of those sunscreen ingredients.
It's just
permanently.
$15.
Yeah, it's only $15.
Will protect you from the sun. Maximum skin benefits.
Maximum. All right. Thank you, Pixie. Next up, we have the Catrice My Little Pony collab. I also haven't heard anything about this. This came out, I guess, 3 days ago.
The palette, at least, looks like the, what was the Profusion, like, colorful palette?
Oh, you're right.
Know?
Yeah, the
like,
Profusion.
Where the, like, Crayola colors. I don't know.
Huh.
You had it, right?
Yeah.
It looks like that, regardless.
Yeah, I'll find a picture and put it on the screen.
Was it not called, like, Colors or something?
No.
No? Did it have its own special name? I don't remember. Looks kind of like that.
Oh, I can't remember the name.
Are these nail colors?
Yeah, I think so.
Nail
it has
lacquer, okay.
Nail polishes. Those are pretty colors. Yeah, I mean, I like this. The only thing with Catrice is that you can't really, well, at least in the US, you can't really get them anymore except from their website or Amazon. Those are the only two places you can find them. They used to be sold at Ulta, but no longer. So, yeah.
All right. What's the next one?
We have, okay, this is new from Urban Decay. I think I'm getting this in PR, but I'm not sure where it is.
Okay.
So maybe not. Anyway, this is their new mini Naked Smiley palettes. So it seems like they're continuing this mini palette theme. Last year they did 3 mini palettes. I have one of them, the like mini Naked Sin and everything, but now they've come out with a couple of slightly more colorful mini palettes, even though they're still called Naked palettes. And I don't know, I just thought this was kind of random. Is Smiley, what is Smiley? Is that a public figure?
Is Smiley a public figure?
Is that a person? Is that, like, who is Smiley? I mean, it's a collaboration with Smiley. Who's
Urban
that?
Decay and Smiley.
I guess it's just this smiley face that we keep seeing everywhere.
Is that a brand? Hold on.
I don't think so. I mean, you know how, like, in jewelry, smiley faces have been really popular?
Yeah. Today, the Smile Company holds many rights to the Smiley ideogram and has become one of the biggest licensing companies globally.
Oh.
So that's who it is, the Smiley Company.
Okay.
So that's who they're doing business with. So it is the people who own the smiley face.
Cool.
I think the top one especially is kind of silly because it's giving you just a really stark blue and a really stark yellow.
And then how
are you supposed to, like, handle that blue over any of the other colors, like, given to you, unless it's, like, intended for, like, single shadow use, right?
Yeah, which,
I mean, you know, I'm sure someone could be creative or whatever. It seems like it almost meant for a photograph or something.
I agree, and I think I feel like the Urban Decay doesn't seem to know who their target market is anymore, because the person that's going to want to buy a Naked palette probably isn't going to be wearing a bright blue or a bright yellow.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's not generally been how Naked palettes have been marketed in the past, right?
Really, the point of Naked palettes is like neutral, wearable, everyday colors, and then we have like 2 bright colors, which I like colorful eyeshadows. I just think it's getting kind of silly that Urban Decay is just calling everything a Naked palette these days.
Yeah, and the bottom one looks more like Naked palettes that have been released. Mm-hmm. But it really looks like a shorter version of, like, a Naked palette that's been released with more colors added to it. Like, if you cut off one of the previous releases, I don't know which one, but, like, the first half was this exact set of colors, you know, kind of thing. That's how it makes me feel, is that, like, this is...
Yeah, well,
haven't they already done this?
It looks like a mix of a few different Naked palettes that have been done before. Like the fire,
it's just a rehash then.
The fire and this like warm peachy color look like they could be from the Naked Heat palette, and then these 2 purpley shades look like they could be from Naked Violet, and then you just have a matte cream color and a shimmery champagne, and that's it. But it's also funny to see these more toned down colors inside the packaging, but then the front of the packaging makes you think that this is going to be like a rainbow palette or something. Like the colors don't go with the packaging at all.
No, I think the packaging got a lot of design money thrown at it, and the palette was done by a big fan in-house. Big fan of previous Naked palettes.
Yeah.
You know, they don't look terrible,
Yeah.
obviously. I just think, I mean, especially when it's swatched, like that blue doesn't work with any of the colors, and the yellow is a bold choice to work.
I mean, I think they had to put a yellow because the Smiley is normally yellow.
Oh
Like,
yeah, that's a good point. But only one, only one. Also, one of the palettes has the yellow.
I think it would have been nice for them to do like I think they should have committed to yellow and done like a bunch of different yellow tones, because yellow isn't necessarily a super bold color. Like yellow
Doesn't
can
have
be
to
more
be,
like you could have done
point.
like a more like yellowy gold in there, a more pale yellow. Like this could have been almost a monochromatic yellow palette. I think that totally would have worked with the theme, and it would have been more interesting, and it would have made a little bit more sense with the naked.
Yeah, and maybe even better is like a longer, like, because these are like mini palettes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they could do like one longer yellow themed palette. I think would have made more sense also, right?
Yeah.
Rather than, because what I just don't know what is the second Smiley.
I don't know.
You know, like
I think they could have just done one.
They could.
Smiley
I mean, you get the Smiley point across with the top one for sure, because it's got the ridiculous bright yellow. But the lower one doesn't really have any. I don't know what that has to do with like smiley faces.
No.
And the colors on the packaging aren't even necessarily represented. You know, you have this like pinkish magenta color. You know, that's kind of present. You know, maybe a purplish color, but like. The rest of it, there's still this bright yellow. There's almost as much bright yellow on the lower one as there is on the top one.
Yeah.
So it kind of suggests that you're going to have access to something like that. There's a light blue in there too. No light blues or anything. It's just it's strange.
Yeah, very weird.
All right, next one.
All right, so next up from Glow Recipe, they've come out with the new Strawberry BHA Pore Smooth Blur Drops. So they're marketing this as a treatment plus primer. You know, it's a nice idea to have your primer be infused with skincare, but I don't really like the idea of having an active ingredient in my primer. Like, I think that should just be left up to my skincare routine, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it just seems like it's doing a lot before you even start putting on makeup.
Yeah.
And it's kind of putting in a very active part of your skincare routine that is unnecessary as part of your makeup routine.
Yeah, and I think people are also going to be confused about which step of their routine to use this in. Like, are you supposed to use it in your serum step, like before you apply moisturizer, or are you supposed to use it as the first step of your makeup routine after you've applied sunscreen?
Just
that's
put
not
it
a good idea.
Under
you know my rant on
your
that.
makeup. Just put it over your makeup. Maximum skincare healthiness, $15.
There you go. Okay, this is another thing. I don't think I've heard anyone talking about this either, but this looks so silly to me. This is from
Identify Your Worth palette. That's so much going on in the title. Because it's Identify Your Worth. So, like, eyes are part of the theme, but then there's also this big idea of, like, identifying your own worth. Ooh, wow.
So this is from Louise, which is a brand I haven't heard about. I haven't heard anyone mention the name in years. I didn't even know they were still around, but I guess so.
Why is there a big, giant black dot on the packaging? Why did they...
It's a magnifying glass.
Is it an actual magnifying glass?
No, I don't think so.
Well, I'm saying, why is it black? Why isn't it like some sort of mirrored finish or something? Is that lame? Like, is that... Oh, why is it like... Why is it just black? It's just this crazy... It's what your eye gets drawn to immediately. Yeah, Time to reinvent yourself. That's almost menacing.
Yeah.
Time to reinvent yourself. Identify your worth. This is when life gets blurry, adjust your focus. I'm being told to do so much here. I don't even know where to start.
And then the three
They
highlighters,
all have the magnifying glass in for it. Sorry to interrupt, but like... oh my god, what?
We see you. This is scary. I'm scared.
This is so crazy. It's literally 3 times. It's like, we see you. What? That's bizarre.
So...
Oh my god. It's so many browns.
That was what I was going to say is... Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 shades that could be described as dark brown, matte. And, I mean, like, 5 of those are, like, almost the same color exactly.
Yeah.
And then these 5 are also
at least
the same
5,
color.
yeah.
So that seems like a big old waste to me.
Well, over here you just got
and then
like,
here you have like 10 more medium browns.
yeah, oranges. All these like shimmery champagne colors are all the same. This is crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, just 7. Honestly, this is just crazy. 8, kind of.
Yeah. And then it looks like this first We See You shade, which I assume is a highlighter. It looks like they just took one of the eyeshadows and put it in the same shade in a bigger pan. But also, these 3 highlighters are not all going to work for the same person.
No,
you know,
definitely.
like this
They're
one is
toned
for deeper skin
totally
tones.
differently. Yeah,
this one is for fair skin. Like that.
It's bizarre.
Who is this for?
It's so many colors too. Do you need 11 dark browns? They could have cut all the like categories in half, and you'd still have a big palette.
Where did they get this identify your worth theme? Does that come from something? Is that a reference to something, or
who is Louise?
P. Louise.
Who's P. Louise?
It
just says #Louise. So
are they tagged?
Oh, it does look like Louise on the marketing
They're
too.
not even
What?
tagged in it. I don't know.
They're not tagged. They're so embarrassed.
Yeah.
Oh my god. This must have been all the like leftover dark brown and tan and like gold colors that they had, and they just put it all. Yeah,
maybe they're going out of business and they just wanted to use the last.
They just had to sell it all packaged up. 38 shades, and they're all brown. 38 shadows. 3 pans of shimmering highlighters. Wow, that's a good find. I like that one. That's one of my favorites.
This is the new NYX
Fat oil
lip drip. Okay,
Fat oil lip drip. What? Is it made out of humans though, or something?
Really, just the funny thing to me is just the fact that now anything that was once described as a lip gloss, we're just calling it a lip oil now.
It's just an oil now. It's the same thing.
And I don't like that. Because, I mean, like, lip oils are now the trendy product. You know, all because of the Dior lip oil, pretty much. So now every time a brand comes out with a lip gloss, they're just calling it a lip oil. Which I haven't tried this, obviously, so, you know, and there is technically, or there should be a difference between a lip oil and a lip gloss.
My question is, like, if it's a lip oil, just like every other lip oil, why are they calling it fat oil? What is, if the other lip oils aren't fat, what makes this oil different?
I think they're implying that it's plumping to the lips. It's supposed to
it's that big fat oil that makes your lips swell up.
I don't think it has like that plumping tingle to it.
Infused with vegan squalane and rich in shine.
I actually do kind of want this, but only because I've heard good things about it.
I love the fat oil. What a silly name. The Fat Oil Lip Drip. New. It says in all caps here in the caption. New Fat Oil Lip Drip. All right. I think that's it.
That's it.
All right.
Well, that was a good little mix of products.
Yeah.
I think that we discussed today.
I had a really good time. This was a fun idea. This was her idea, not mine. I didn't come up with this idea.
I think the idea came because we watch YouTube together, so he's really familiar with beauty YouTube, and now I'm familiar with like guitar YouTube. So but I think you were saying something about like a Star Wars collab. Maybe it was the Pat McGrath one because we saw someone.
It might have been that. I think I do. Oh no! It was the R2D2 and C3PO separate palettes or something. But it was probably like with that like same collab and release or whatever. But I did remember like having a whole rant about those two. I guess I just didn't like that line at all.
But I was like,
that really stuck with me.
Fun video. So,
yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah, let us know if you like this. We had fun, so we can definitely do more. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for hanging out today. I hope you had fun. Check out my main channel, Sarah Rose, if you want to see more videos, more regularly posted videos. But thanks for joining us, Nathan.
Oh,
and
thanks.
we'll see you guys soon.
Bye.
Bye.